Hajj is not just a pilgrimage. It is the ultimate lesson of faith, sacrifice, equality, and complete surrender to God. Every year, millions of Muslims from different countries, cultures, languages, and social classes gather in the holy city of Mecca for one purpose alone: to worship Allah and answer His call. The journey reflects the legacy of Prophet Abraham and his family, whose unwavering obedience and trust in God became the foundation of some of the most important rituals of Hajj. Pilgrims leave behind their daily routines, luxuries, and worldly identities to enter a state of spiritual purity known as Ihram. Dressed in simple white clothing, rich and poor stand side by side with no symbols of status or superiority. In that moment, humanity becomes equal before God. Throughout the pilgrimage, every ritual carries a deep spiritual meaning. The gathering at Arafat reminds believers of the Day of Judgment, when every soul will stand before its Creator seeking mercy and forgiveness. Spending the night under the open sky in Muzdalifah teaches humility and detachment from worldly comforts. The symbolic stoning of the devil in Mina represents the constant struggle against temptation, ego, and sin. The sacrifice commemorates Prophet Abraham's willingness to give up what was most precious to him for the sake of God, showing that true faith requires trust, patience, and obedience. Hajj also strengthens the idea of unity within Islam. Millions of voices chant together, move together, and pray together, creating one of the most powerful displays of human brotherhood in the world. It is a journey that softens hearts, renews faith, and reminds believers that life is temporary, while the connection with God is eternal. From the plains of Arafat to the Kaaba in Mecca, every step of Hajj reminds Muslims that this life is temporary, but spiritual transformation is eternal. Hajj is more than a physical journey across sacred places. It is a journey of the heart, mind, and soul. Every ritual performed during these blessed days carries a powerful reminder about human purpose, accountability, sacrifice, humility, and the relationship between mankind and God. Pilgrims arrive from every corner of the world with different languages, races, and backgrounds, yet they stand united in worship, dressed in the same simple garments, leaving behind titles, wealth, and worldly differences. This equality teaches that in the sight of Allah, no person is greater than another except through faith and righteousness. The journey begins with Ihram, a sacred state of purity and discipline. Pilgrims are required to avoid arguments, arrogance, and harmful behavior, teaching them self-control and spiritual awareness. The simple white clothing worn by men resembles the shroud in which every human being will one day be buried, reminding believers that worldly status and possessions have no value after death. It becomes a powerful reflection on mortality and the temporary nature of life. The day of Arafat is considered the heart of Hajj. Millions gather on the plains of Arafat, raising their hands in prayer and seeking forgiveness from Allah. It is a scene that resembles the Day of Judgment, when all humanity will stand before their Creator. In those emotional moments, pilgrims reflect on their sins, regrets, and hopes for mercy. Tears fall not out of sadness alone, but from the realization that no matter how far a person may drift, the door of forgiveness remains open. Arafat teaches that true success is not measured by wealth or fame, but by sincerity, repentance, and closeness to God. The night spent in Muzdalifah and the rituals in Mina further deepen this spiritual transformation. Sleeping under the open sky strips away comfort and reminds pilgrims of human vulnerability. The symbolic stoning of the devil represents the daily struggle against temptation, pride, anger, and evil desires. It teaches Muslims that faith is not simply belief in words, but a lifelong effort to resist negativity and remain obedient to Allah. The sacrifice made during Hajj honors Prophet Abraham's devotion and willingness to submit completely to God's command. It is a reminder that real faith often requires patience, sacrifice, and trust even during difficult moments. The Tawaf around the Kaaba symbolizes unity and devotion. Millions move together in harmony around one center, showing that God should remain the center of every believer's life. In that powerful gathering, people experience a sense of peace, humility, and brotherhood that is difficult to describe. Many pilgrims return home emotionally changed, carrying a renewed sense of gratitude, compassion, and purpose. The moral of Hajj is that true transformation begins when a person lets go of ego, pride, and attachment to worldly distractions and sincerely turns toward God with humility, obedience, and a pure heart. Hajj teaches humanity that life is temporary, but faith, good character, and sincere worship leave an eternal impact on the soul.